Welcome back to another D3 to D1 video. Doing things a little differently this week. So I wasn't really happy with how the content was coming out. It felt really repetitive. So I decided to just do weekly trainer reviews, and I'm going to narrate over the top so you can get like a more informational, detailed version of what I'm trying to do from each drill. Kind of what's going through my mind rather than just hearing from me after each set. Felt kind of choppy. I didn't really like how it was coming out, so we're going to switch it up. So let me know how you guys like it. Um, this is how I'm going to go regardless. Anyways, and we're just going to do one video a week. It's going to come out every Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central Standard Time, which is, I'm pretty sure everybody that watches these videos is just my friends from around here. So, it'll come out at 12 o'clock noon. Starting off with a training review, we got max velocity day. So, we're doing straight leg bounce to a fly. This is to help enhance our front side mechanics and also that little pop off the ground once we get to touchdown. Then for our plyometrics, we're going to do high hurdle hops, just getting off the ground quick, and our single leg hops in place because we're trying to get better at that as we go through our training. Then we get into our contrast training. So we do our quarter squats. We're loading this up. I think I did like 405 for 3 reps. Trying to move it fast though. It's not super heavy in a quarter squat, so we're just moving that. Med ball lunge jumps paired with regular lunge jumps. So a power movement with an unloaded movement is our contrast training. Trying to get that potentiation to transfer over in each movement and finish it off with assisted jump squat. You'll notice my max velocity days are going to change a lot. It's going to be a lot more focused on potentiating and get as much stimulus out of our sprints as we can. And then it'll still have that French contrast just to keep our other athletic qualities at that same level. Jumping into our bench day, we're actually on our 3 rep max day. Well, we go 5 reps one week, 3 reps the next week, 1 rep the final week, and we're trying to get those loads to continuously increase. So we're doing the 3 rep here. This is my max out set. Fail on rep number 5. Felt really good in the first 2 reps, and then just kind of died out, which is something that normally happens with me. I'm attributing it to I have a very weak right arm compared to my left arm, and you can notice I'm just slightly off centered every time, and it feels like that tricep is failing. So we're working on that. You'll see that a little bit later in the day, what I was doing for that. And then we do some bent over rows. Got to get some row variation and some pulling in there. Got to have a strong back. It's going to help your bench too, but got to have a strong back just for general functionality reasons. And then we jump into these skull crushers, which I absolutely suck at, which is why I continuously keep doing them and hammering them in my training because I am bad at it. So doing these, I noticed I was much weaker on my right arm, so I decided to do drop sets on just my right arm, which is not something I recommend to anybody, but I cannot get this right arm stronger. It's also the arm I broke my wrist on, so I just used it less. So I'm just trying to get it back to somewhat a decent standard so it's not affecting my bench as much. So I do these skull crushers, do a drop set on one arm, which is just dropping the weight a little bit and then hitting on one arm until I literally am moving my arm myself. So we'll see how that evens out, and we'll try to get that to apply to our bench going forward. Preparation day. Normally we do this on Wednesday, and our bench day would be Friday, but we did it on Friday because it was raining on Wednesday. So what we ended up doing today, we did our health test, which is our RSI, reactive strength index, and our vert test. Did subpar in both, so I wasn't expecting a great day. We actually did pretty good. We're in 137 in our 510 fly, which is just pretty much the same amount as our 510 fly from 2 weeks before. I ran better than that, so that's what we're going to say our PR is. I also did a back view so I can see how much rotation I'm getting. That's just something I'm getting into with my training, is to see rotation and different acceleration mechanics, and I'm not using any rotation, which makes sense with a wide infrastructural sternum, which means like my sternum literally just breaks down out here, where some people are just going to like break down or like straight down. So I don't get as much rotation in my sprints currently. And then we got depth leaps, which you've been seeing here. Uh, Pretty simple stuff. It's shock training. We're trying to use the momentum as we go down into our broad jump and to help increase our broad jump going forward, which I have been noticing gains. And then our French contrast, again, like always on our acceleration max velocity days. We were still on our eccentric squat, so 6 seconds down, firing it up. And then I just did a weighted jump. I didn't record the hurdle hops I did outside or the assisted squat jump because it was raining that day. That is it for week 2 of our D3 to D1 summer grind training. I'm calling it summer grind just for fun, but we're going to see this progress as we go forward. This was our last week of that phase I was doing, so now I'm very much so into a specific phase where we are literally spending like 90% of our time just trying to get faster, and then the other 10% is just trying to maintain our other athletic qualities. A lot of people want to work a lot of different things. It's very hard to excel in speed and get faster while trying to get stronger. It's impossible to peak them together. It's very hard to just get better at them both. So now that we've kind of done our general prep and got better as an athlete, we want to just maintain what we've worked on and got better at and become a much better sprinter. And that's really just a skill to have. Sprinting is a skill, so you got to get better at things. It's a lot of technique stuff that's going to transfer over if you want those quick transfers, mostly in acceleration. My max velocity sucks. I'm not built as an elastic athlete, so we're going to focus a lot of our time going forward on the acceleration qualities that we can improve. That's what's going to drop our times the most, leading to a better stimulus, more stress going forward to help cause even more adaptation once we get back into our general phase, and then once again, once we get into that specific prep phase, a whole year from now. So let's just focus on where we're at. But thank you for watching the video. These are going to be our new weekly training reviews. I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. Put a subscribe button right up here for you, and a video recommender for you right here, even though we're changing our style. Maybe you want to go see my individual workouts and what those videos used to look like. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next training review.